Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Imagine If live talk show. You have me, your host, Amani Fierce, and
I'm Incarnita Edwards.
and this week we're going to talk about knowing your position as a woman and a man in life, and how important it is in this society, and what it does when you don't know your position. Me and my sister have had a few conversations lately, and a lot of them kind of basically highlights the difference between having your father growing up and not having your father growing up, and the difference that me and her noticed just along with us having our fathers growing up. So this is why we came up with this topic, because we noticed, like, if we haven't had our fathers, it would probably be a huge difference in our life. So that's why we decided to have this conversation today. So, sister, would you like to start off, or would you like for me to start off of what we noticed so far?
I'd like you to start off.
Okay. So basically, guys, now we try to help prevent violence, and we've noticed that it's been a lot of different cases of violence and different cases of like just all kind of chaotic things going on in today's world, right? And so we really think that a lot of it kind of start off with one, mental illnesses, which is stuff we really can't control. So we've had a conversation or episode about mental illness, but considering we've already had that conversation, and that's really something you'll have to reach out and seek, like professional help, if you have a mental illness. But with this topic here, this is actually something you can take in consideration, and you can try to make, excuse my brain, y'all. Like, I don't know if it just want to come out or whatever. But you can take whatever we say today in consideration and try to make your own changes, because, like we stated, we are noticing that this makes a huge difference for our children, for our lives. And maybe if you just hear us out and see what we're saying, maybe you can kind of understand why we say that. It's important to be a father to your children, and it's important to be a mother to your children. Like Whitney Houston said, our children are our future. So if you're providing them minimum, love and support, then they're going to seek it from other people. And unfortunately, everyone knows no one's going to love you like your parents. So if they're not receiving the love that they need from their parent, then that's going to allow them to lash out or feel neglected or rejected. And it causes these different things that we're starting to see. And the patterns are getting ridiculous. And it's just like, wow, this one thing can make a huge difference in someone's life, right? Okay. So, guys, first and foremost, if we had to ask, what is your position? I know a lot of y'all gonna say, sure, get some head, you know what I'm saying? Have a few kids by a few different kind of women, you know what I'm saying? All different kind of races. And honestly, as a kid, that's cute and cool. But when you think about the realization of that situation, it's like, okay, you're gonna have all these kids, you're gonna mess up your credit, you're gonna mess up all the, like, why not just pick a side? Why mess them kids up? Now you got 5 or 6 women picking from your pockets. And that kind of messes up the kids, because if you do one more for this one and that one, and it's just like, oh, and the kids watching all the time. And this is why they kind of rebel and go do stuff like this. Because kids are also still intimidated by their parents. For one, you are their support system. You kids still understand you are they got. So whether they act like it every day, they do know that you are all they have, right? So instead of coming to tell you about it, they go to school, they bully, they do stuff that, like, kind of like a domino effect of being a fucked up parent, just to be honest. So honestly, it's something I've said, yeah, too. I've been the best. I put forth my all, but I can't say I've been the best. I've had to take steps back and reevaluate myself as a mother, reevaluate their father, reevaluate the people I put in their lives, the friendships I allowed them to have. As a parent, you have that full control over that stuff. Now, you don't want to be too, overbearing on a child, but you do want to guide them in the path of righteousness as a parent, not just as a mother and a father. Is important. right? Now, the roles. Do you know the role of a man, sister? If I had to ask you what you think, what you have to ask any dude you see in your phone, what's their role? What you think they gonna say, or what you think they should say their role is?
To be a provider and a protector and a leader. The man role in the house is lead.
That's right. So if I had to like give my personal definition of a man, to me, basically the reason why we see so many broken families, broken women, you know, the reason why the rate of hoes is so high is because men have really given us no hope. Like, to be honest, we losing faith here. And the reason why is because you guys kind of are gay. And it seems like it is, and I hate to say it that way, but it very rarely uplift your family. So, you know, as a woman, and you only want to take pictures with your guys or your guns, and then when you go to jail, you're gonna be like, "Well, you ain't stick by me." Why would I? When every minute you got, you represent your guy. That's kind of gay to me. You know what I'm saying? When you went and deliberately had this child with this woman, you know what I'm saying? So why now abandon her and neglect the child? It's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So, men, when it comes to home, you guys are like the foundation of the house. You guys are supposed to protect, right? You're supposed to be the person who brings the discipline in the house, right? You're supposed to redirect your woman. A woman could say, "Oh, I want my nails done 3 or 4 times a week." You so say, "Baby, no. That shit only lasts for a couple days. You could spend them 50s and 75s in a better place." You know what I'm saying? Women say, "Oh, well, we need to take trips 52 times a year." Men's supposed to say, "No, we could do other things like build businesses and stuff like that." As you know, and a woman's job is to come home, to cook, you know, to clean, and to teach her children, to nurture the children. So this is why everything is getting messed up in the world, because of women, superwomen, might I say, which is majority of the women in the world. We've taken over this burden or this load as a man. And when I say that, we have to watch our kids as they go to school in fear that no one come and sex traffic them. We have to get all of their school clothes. So when we going to work and working our little 8 to 9 to 12-hour shifts, who knows, you know, we coming home, we got to cook for the kids, do homework, wash, clean, do our role and the daddy role. You know what I'm saying? Then, Lord forbid, a mouse or some shit come in. Now we got to act like we ain't scared and kill it. Lord forbid, a fucking gangster robber kill. Dude, that's not our position. And that's why it's taken away from our children, because the men aren't playing their roles. If the men will step up instead of being gay and going out and kicking with Ray and Billy and Joey and be there with Susie and Heather like you're supposed to be, then you wouldn't see little Ray out shooting down little Robert because he drove too fast. Because he just mad because he ain't never had a fucking chance. He watched his mom. And this is why men always like say, "Oh, well, fuck it. You know, I'll leave this bitch because my mama raised me by myself." So it's like a continued cycle of bullshit, you know, and the dude's thinking like, "Well, shit, I need to know if you strong and can hold me down, so I'm going to dip off for a few years."
Yeah. And on the flip side of the coin, I guess I'll be bad cop today. It's men do what we allow them to do. You know, for years we've been beaten with this whole independent woman, strong independent woman thing, you know, from different media sources and your family, everybody, "Oh, you must be a strong woman, girl, you need a man, fuck that nigga." And that's the problem. Like, that's part of the problem as well. Us having this mentality like, "Oh, we don't need a man, fuck this nigga, I can do it on my own, strong independent woman." And then you just let time to get here, you not even do the basic minimum of courting you anymore. "Oh, I got this blunt, I'm gonna come over and smoke it with you." Okay. Bow, legs open, baby is born. It's like we need to break the cycle within ourselves, not just, you know, man breaking the cycle, women need to break the cycle too. As Tupac said, because you're gonna have a race of babies that's gonna grow up and hate the ladies because we're not putting our foot down. Like, we're not standing on it. Like, for instance, this one guy told me before that, like, I'm a gold digger because I expected my man to have the bare minimum, like apartment, job, car. Like, this is all shit that I got myself. Like, with Courtney, Show me that you're interested in me. Show me that, prove to me that you can actually be a provider. Because I know what I bring to the table and I show it. But can you show me that you have a chicks? Like,
basically just know, like, women, know your worth. Okay, it's not messed up to say, hey, you know, you can't come to my house, you can't meet my kids if you're not the kid's father, if you don't have kids. Start off being a real woman, okay, which means, you know, you are supposed to be catered to, which and also means you're supposed to cater to your man if you got something worth catering to. So it is a, you know, mutual kind of thing. It should be 50-50 for sure. It shouldn't just be the man, you know, trying to take you out. It's like, hey, I found something nice on Groupon and I booked it for us. You know what I'm saying? Showing him that you're not just here trying to dig in his pocket. So it is different ways to handle relationships if you're in one or if you're trying to start one. But before you start a family, I think it's important to know what you're getting yourself into as far as credit, background, you know, parenting. Are you going to have grandparents helping you raise this kid? Are you going to have, like, was his dad a deadbeat? Like, for example, hate to say, but my nephew, his father isn't the best. He's not always around, but he have his uncle and he has his grandfather that kind of filled the void of his dad. So he's still getting, you know, the necessities of being a man. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's going. So if you got people like, bless Lord, thank you, that can fill that in for you, then hopefully your kid should be still good. Because my nephew is a pretty good little boy. Like, he helps us every week with, I mean, anytime we do our shows, he our cameraman. Shout out to where do you go, Money? Shout out to my nephew,
Armand.
Armand.
Yeah, we only call him the other name amongst families. So shout out to Armand.
Okay. But yeah, so, and I'm talking about, he's been doing this since we've been doing this since May, you know, and he could be going out and jumping in stolies and doing other stuff. And salute to all the single mothers out there that's trying to keep balance and keep a grip over their family, because realistically, boo, you're not supposed to be doing that. And if shit do crumble, that's what happens to homes with no foundation. Normally, when you ain't got no foundation, your house ain't gonna make it. I'm just being 100. So, men, once again, your position in a woman's life is you are the foundation. You mean a lot. My dude told me in life, okay, he said this is the chain of command as far as God, Jesus, then man. You know what I'm saying? Do you know how important that is? God, Jesus, then man, then us, right? So that means a lot, because that means you like this, your position in the world was very powerful. You came after Jesus. That's powerful. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to take your position and run with it as a man. All that I'm scared, I'm running, I gotta do it. No, no, that's not how God made y'all. And then with all this extra stuff where y'all want to be us, and that's just a whole nother level. Y'all done went to a whole other. Now you want to put on dresses and confuse the kids and all that kind of shit. Like, I ain't gonna really get off into that because it's a whole different topic. But my point is, that's not your position in life. That's not what God made you to be. He didn't make you to dress like us. There's scriptures on that. You know what I'm saying? He don't want you to play our role. There shouldn't be no stay-at-home dads. That's goofy as hell. You should be out there learning how to cut down trees and build houses in case the world comes to an end or some shit. Go hunt. Teach your kids how to hunt, camp, and fish and stuff like that. That's, you know, it's valuable to a child. It's valuable to a mother. If something was to happen to you, now you're teaching your little son how to change tires and do oil and stuff like that. That's very important to a mother and to a child. And without that, what do you have? Now mama got to go pay Lee and son change the tires. That's extra money out of one mama little income. You know what I'm saying? Now mama got to go pay Lee and son to go get an oil change. That's a lot of little money coming out of one little mama income. Along with the, you know, the major pimps, We Energies.
Right.
They straight pimping us every month. So, and little mama out there getting it. While daddy cool. Now, it's a lot of daddies out here that's stable and got their own crib and they living their best life. Yeah. Meanwhile, you didn't abandon your family, and this little woman got to go try to figure out how she gonna make groceries, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, her gifts, grandma gifts, granddaddy gifts. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot on one person.
Yeah, but you know what? I kind of think it's like a generational curse to say, and the reason why I say that is because, you know, look at back in the day, like my grandmother and my grandfather were married for many years, and so that did them part. They was married, raised 10 kids together, they built their family together, their household together, and all of that. That was when they came back in what, the 50s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, here comes the government. Hey, you and your kids are staying in this house for little or nothing, almost no money, but your husband, you got to get rid of him. He can't stay here. Hey, tired of paying cash for food? Who do you use food stamps? You ain't got to pay cash for it. But guess what? Your man, he can't stay here.
Right. We going to give you this low income.
Right.
He can't live here.
Yes.
And we going to monitor your house too.
Yeah.
And anytime he come, we go call him.
And I honestly think it was designed to hinder our people. You know, and it's not that, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with food stamps. Hell, shit, I wish I could get them. There's nothing wrong with, you know, low income housing. When I was a young single mother, I wish I had, you know, low income housing. But it's a tool that's designed to help you get to the next level. If you stay stagnant on that, and now you are only left to deal with bums because if you have a certain income, you can't get your benefits no more. So now you're dealing with this bum that has nothing to offer you besides some D. It's like you're setting yourself up for failure. You're setting our future generations up for failure because they're not seeing the family structure. They're not seeing the go get it and let's build, let's generational wealth. They're not seeing that. They're seeing, oh, mama on food stamps, so it's cool. We finna go get food stamps.
Right.
Mama staying low income, it's cool. We finna go stay in low income. It's whole generations from mothers and grandmothers and now the daughters staying in low income projects. Like, how is this a goal? Is it a goal? Like, I'm confused.
Right. And so what do you do to change it though? You said, first of all, you said goals. You know what I'm saying? For yourself as a kid. Like, this starts as a kid. Say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to be a basic chick. I'm going to give me one baby daddy that I know. And sometimes that don't work out, I'm going to be honest. But you should get to know them. I would personally say, if I could give any woman advice, don't try to start no serious relationship. Truth be told, since I was a kid, the dudes that I was interested in when I was a kid and now are out chasing waterfalls while you were a kid. Wait till you get a little older and then seek what you really want when you get older. It's worth it. It's worth the wait. And then build your family off of a person maybe in college or with already a profession, you know, so that's one less thing that I have to worry about, where I'm going to get the money from to take care of the kid, where you wouldn't have to sign up for, you know, the government assistance and all that stuff because you and this guy have real careers started. So to help y'all life when it comes to like selling a little smoother. Already have your daycare stuff set up so you ain't got to worry about who gonna watch the kid. And that's important because certain things that, you know, goes on in the kid's life at daycare, so you can't take it back. And you want to make sure you got somebody you can trust to watch your kids. So maybe a family daycare or a relative or somebody you can pay. You know, think of your future in advance. That's the best way, like the most advice I can give you. You know what I'm saying? Know who you're dealing with, men and women. And most importantly, don't get in a relationship just to be like, I'm finna have fun, because things happen. So even though you get in this relationship, you know, kind of see it from the A to Z. So no, before you start having sex with no condom and building on stuff, no, is this person somebody I could really be with? Am I really ready to be the foundation of this person's life? You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Am I ready to cater to this man until our kid get 18? Because listen, just because you don't get married to these people does not mean these people are not in your life forever. Once you have a baby by that person, you and that person have to deal with each other forever. When I say forever, I mean forever. Let me explain. You have kids till they're 18. That doesn't stop. Kids still need stuff, cars, all kind of stuff. And you guys still got to kind of coordinate to try to get it done for that kid. Birthday parties is still y'all kid. Their birthday still due on that same day. You know what I'm saying? If they move into a house, they going to have parties. You know what I'm saying? And they going to want their parents to come. If they get married, you got to go to this wedding. Maybe not together, but you guys have to see each other and y'all family. Baby showers, you gotta come and unite and join as the baby shower. Now you got grandkids, right? So now you got birthday parties. This stuff don't end because grandkids turn to great grandkids and great and it just never ends, right? Be a positive role model for your future, okay? Don't be some deadbeat ass daddy. This shit affects your future. This is your tree that you established, okay? This is your future generation. Do you want your son in jail for 35 years for you not being around and you are the blame? You are the blame. Yes, you could have stopped it. Yes, it is your fault. I'm sorry. Yes, you and the mother. If my kid grow up and go kill 15 people, I need to sit back and reevaluate where the fuck I went wrong with him. Because I did go wrong, period. You owe your kids enough to think about what you're going to do before you do it. Think about the partner. And I'm telling you from experience. Like thought I knew my boyfriend and went off in the sunset and had 3 kids by him.
Yeah, we just have to start being more selective, men and women, with who they choose to have kids with. Like, you have to look at a lot of things. Like, if they already have kids, look how their relationship is with the other parent of their other kids. Look how their relationship is with their parents. Look how their parents' relationship is. Like, it's a lot of stuff. And then also there's red flags that we just choose to ignore because of lust, or we think we're in love, whatever the case may be. And I'm guilty of that as well. I ignored the red flags. Like, it was there. I just looked past it because I thought I was in love. I was in lust. Oh, he had changed. Most of the time, people don't change. Like, you can't change people. And that's another issue that I think a lot of people have. They always want to try to change somebody. That's why I said we have conversations like this before. Like, I'm too old to try to build a man and change him and mold him into what I want him to be. Like, if you can't come to me already somewhat established in yourself, it's like, we could be friends, but I can't establish nothing serious with you. If you can't tell me what your goals are, what your plans are for the next few years, and what your plans for me are for the next few years, it's like, what are we doing? Like, no. If you don't know who you are at the age we are, like, okay, I'm 38, almost 40. If a man comes to me and he doesn't know who he is or where he's going in life and what he wants to build, it's nothing we can talk about any further, buddy. Like, you have to know yourself before I can know you, and that's a red flag for me. How can I trust you to lead me if you can't even lead yourself?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, women, it's not bad to be independent. You know what I'm saying? Because you do need to be able to hold your own, just in case you are in a situation where you're with the wrong person. And don't hold yourself, and blame yourself too long, because you wouldn't be the first, as one woman told me. You're probably not going to be the last. But this episode is to try to help motivate and guide people to understand that their positions is very important. And the first thing to a successful relationship in any kind of situation is knowing your position. I would say in a friendship, you should know the person's expectations. In a relationship, in a job, you should know the expectations. You should know your position. Now, specifically for men in the role of being in a relationship and building families, your position is very important. And that's considered the foundation of the relationship. You are the leader of the relationship. Yes, clearly and successfully to you whenever she needs to. And it should be, something that you take into consideration at all times. But, you are the key factor of the relationship, to be honest. It's you, then the woman, then the children, then the pets. So if you don't know your role and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing in life, even if, I've seen dudes like, I'm gonna hustle. And the woman like, I got your back, gang gang. And then she gets shot or she goes to jail. Yeah. And it's like, damn, that's your fault, bro, because you was the foundation. You know, foundation your woman straight to jail.
You led your woman down the wrong path.
Mm-hmm. Now look at her. You know what I'm saying? Ride or die on in jail. So that's why I tell women, you gotta be careful what you ride and die for. Be very careful what you say, because all that ride or die do get you killed. I'm telling you. So
it's true.
It's not serious, not that serious to ride and die. It's very important that you understand the definition of ride or die. Because we see a lot of women that actually died or did the long times and lost their kids. Girl, and the man still be out here sleeping with another woman. It's not that serious, I tell you. So, and then women, your job is to be a nurturing woman, to provide comfort and to be knowledgeable for your children. You should be able to cook. Most women should. If you don't, learn how to, because that's very important as a woman. You need to know how to cook and teach them kids how to make good meals for their husband to come, and show a little man what a real woman is like. That's what you're supposed to do, and show a little dude how to treat a woman, opening doors, and you sit back and let your son open the door for him. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, that kind of stuff. You are the ones that teach the kids that. And the reason why you supposed to is because the daddy actually is supposed to be out there making money, while when the kids come from school, you doing the homework, you talking to them about God and real life. You let them see you paying bills, because that's something important that they need to know, how to balance bills, when bills is due. Let's go ahead and pay for them, because people out here that don't know that, and I really believe that it comes from the mother. That all that stuff starts with your mother, and sitting back watching her do that kind of stuff. Even if mama make it, what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just something that a mother should do with their children. Going to libraries, reading to them.
I used to find weird, like when we used to go places when my kids were young. Gary, my son, will hold the door open for like little old ladies or whatever, or say please and thank you and stuff. And people used the compliment that I used to get is, "Oh my God, he's such a gentleman." Like, is that a rarity? Is a young black man holding the door up for somebody a rarity now?
Yeah, I think so. Oh. Even speaking now, you be like, they throw their head up, like, oh, okay, like, hi, or even how they communicate to women now. Hey, what up? Damn, y'all ass big as a motherfucker.
That takes me back to, they do what we allow them to do. Like, it's chicks out here that's a compliment.
No, I'm telling you, sis, you don't want to argue with that because you don't understand. Ask Angie. People that up guns, what, bitch? You said what?
It's chicks out here that finds that and they think, hey, bitch with the big booty, hey, yellow bone, as a compliment. Okay. And they're okay with that. And so now these men see maybe 5 women in a row, I got away with, hey, yellow bone with the big booty, come here. No, so she should be okay with it too, because these other women are allowing it. Like, we need to set the tone for how we need to be respected by these men. And that's what I said, like, it's a countless times where I've met men and we've been talking through text or phone calls and whatever, and they like, all right, well, I want to spend time with you. I'm gonna come over and smoke this. What?
Right.
First of all, I don't smoke. Second of all, like, how is that? What? Like, we're getting to know each other, and your thing is, I'm gonna come smoke this blunt. But I know 3 chicks is cool with that.
Yeah.
To them, that's a date. To them, that's what's up. Like, we have to have standards now. There was, chivalry dead. People don't really court anymore. Like coming over and smoking the blood and watching bootleg movies that I probably provided. No.
Yeah, we need to do better as a community, as a whole. You know, the whole society, guys. Let's come together and let's raise our children. Let's do what we need to do. With that, which Maya Angelou said, "Still we rise." Do not let the slavery system make us think that leaning on this system and abandoning our children is the route to go. Because it's not. It's really not. Okay. And honestly, I know me and my sister, we can go on and deep into these conversations because this stuff means a lot to us because we suffer from it every day. I got a man and I asked him sometime, do you know your role? And he asked me, shit, do you know your role? You know what I'm saying? Like my dish has been in my sink for 3 days. I'm like, well, shit, my bill been in my wallet for 3 days.
Like we just looking for their payment for 3 days.
Like shit, you leave some stress off me, I'll leave a little stress off you, and we are gonna be fine. But no, and it ain't about having somebody pay all your bills because it's not.
That's not what we're saying at all.
We saying we should become whole more. Like why? And I'm not saying because me and my dude don't live together. And I'm not saying, I want to go live with him. But I do want him to understand what his position is. If you want me to bend, then you should know your position and understand why it's so hard for me to bend. Because I'm over here playing the role of my kid's father who abandoned me. You know what I'm saying? And so unfortunately now you got to help pick up that slack. But a man who pick up other men's slack, man, you phenomenal. And I believe when y'all leave, y'all should leave with your own dollars or your own street signs. Like if I could rule the world, I promise you, I would put y'all in a book of life for me, and I would definitely have y'all some street signs up here. We're gonna take off all these street signs that we and put all the daddies that stood up and took care of other people's kids. That's phenomenal. No lie. Shout out to all the viewers that's watching us. And sister, we got something good that we want to share with y'all before we go. You want to let them know?
We are celebrating a milestone. It may, it's a small milestone, but it's